Y'all. I'm so irritated because I was talking for a long period of time and I noticed my phone started recording. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what happened to my camera, but I wasn't touching it. So it just made me not even want to talk about what I was talking about in that video. Just make a different video. Anyway. So another thing I want to talk about, I'm gonna make that other video another time, because if I gotta repeat everything I just said, I'm just not feeling it right now. I just don't want to repeat everything I just said. What was I saying? Anyways, girl, if you had to get over to say that, why the heck was you on Blinker on in the first place? But so irritating when they do the last minute getting over. Like, don't do that. But so I want to talk about insecurity, specifically women, and how we're like, well, I'm not no more, but how we're usually insecure when it comes to seeing another pretty woman. We just feel intimidated, especially like, for example, if you're in a relationship with somebody, right? And then let's just give an example. This person is like cheating on you and stuff like that. I remember when I was in a relationship where I was getting cheated on, and I felt so insecure around other pretty women because I knew that he was looking at the other pretty women, and I felt like I wasn't pretty enough because I was being cheated on. Like, I don't even know how I even let that happen for so long. But you know, the way women view other women and their perception of like their own beauty compared to other women's beauty and stuff, all depends on all of their circumstances. Like, for example, do you have low self-esteem, or how did you grow up? Did your parents call you beautiful or pretty, or help you learn how to take care of yourself, or did they like beat on you and like neglect you? Like, all of this stuff, all of these things that can affect your whole outlook on life and stuff like that. So I guess it's all dependent on everything. But I noticed that a lot of women feel insecure and be hating like on other women that's pretty, and it's just so obvious and evident. But honestly, it's like I noticed the world is changing a lot though. Like, people are starting to appreciate other women's beauty and stuff, and not feel like and not feel intimidated by it and stuff like that. But it is still the women that are like, you know, they don't want to feel like they're not the prettiest female in the room, or they don't want to feel like they don't even want to be around another pretty female because they feel like they're not pretty no more or whatever. Like, but I feel like we're all beautiful in our own separate ways. We're all, I honestly, I used to be that way. I used to be like, because when I was in that relationship, I was feeling so unattractive and ugly, and I was feeling so unappreciated and unloved, and I was getting treated really bad. So my whole self-esteem was like low, like all the way to the bottom. Like, it was like nothing left. So, you know, I was never a hating type of female that's gonna say, she like this, or she like that, just because somebody pretty. But I did feel insecure when I was around another pretty female though. Like, I felt like I didn't want my significant other to see this other pretty female and, you know, look at them a certain way, and they don't look at me that certain way, because obviously they don't if they want to hurt me and stuff, right? It just made me feel like really, really bad seeing another female, or really anxious, like feel a lot of anxiety and like nervous, which is really weird, right? Like, what? But it's not weird though. It's understandable given the circumstances. But yeah, but I moved past that stage, that phase, or whatever. But it was all based on my circumstances at that moment though, because like, the relationship I was in, that was affecting all the aspects of my whole perspective on life and on woman and on beauty and on my own beauty and self-love and understanding myself and all that stuff. It was all like affected by that whole toxic relationship. So like now that I'm free from that, like I don't have a problem being around any other pretty female. Like I'll call a female pretty. I always wanted to call females pretty when I was like in that stage, but I just couldn't because I was feeling so insecure. I didn't want to admit that the female was pretty. Like I don't know, but I was never hating like, just saying a whole bunch of bad stuff about a female because they pretty and I feel like I'm not type stuff. I was never that, but I was just afraid or anxious. I don't know. It's really weird, but I'm imagining that's how the hating females be. I'm not even saying nobody hated on me or nothing, but I don't know. I just want to speak about it because I be seeing like a lot of females hating on each other and stuff. I don't know, but I would imagine that the females that are hating on each other and stuff, and like even though they all pretty and stuff, they're like going through some type of mental battle that's making them like that, because we all know like we're not the only pretty woman in the world. It's obvious that other women are beautiful too, right? But people be in denial or whatever because they're like going through whatever they're going through internally, that they externally like putting it off on everybody else, making other people feel bad. I just feel like that's really just not good. As women, we should like stick together and like uplift on each other. I mean, uplift each other, one another, whatever. Just because of all the things that's like holding us down just in the world today in general. Like another woman being pretty should not be like causing like a disruption in the woman community. Like we should not be like talking about each other. Like that's just dead. It's just like it just looks really bad and it's really not healthy. And then I love when I see other women lifting other women up. Like that's a beautiful thing. And yeah, I feel like the world is evolving a lot. A lot of people say like a whole bunch of bad things are happening, and I can see the bad stuff happening too. I can see the bad things in society and all that stuff, but I see a lot of good stuff too. I feel like the more we look at the bad stuff though, the more that's all we're gonna see. I be telling that to my friend too. Like he always saying bad stuff, and I'm like, why are you saying that junk to me? I mean, I understand though. I'm not gonna mute anybody and say like, don't say this to me, because they just expressed how they feeling internally. So that means he has to go within himself and figure out what's really going on. And obviously, I can understand that, and I can see where and why he would be saying those things, because obviously it's something inside of him that's not healed, or he needs to like work on to help him to see like clearly and not just see negative things. Because like, how could you ever move forward like and be successful if all you see is bad things in your like peripheral, like in front of you? All you see is bad things, then you're never going to be able to like grow and evolve into a better human being, or do whatever you want to do in the world if you can't even see yourself doing that, because all you see is bad stuff in front of you. Like, oh this, oh that, like I'm not gonna say I hate hearing that, but I just don't like that. I don't really want to talk about that, because in my mind, and then my friend always saying like, it's like I think like everything is a fairy tale. I guess I kind of do, but I really don't. I can see the reality of all situations, really. I can see all the different perspectives of everything most of the time if I'm actually trying to look at it. But I choose to focus on the good because I want to feel good. I don't really want to think about like negative things that's going to bring me down and make my mood bad. And then now I'm not focused on the present, I'm focused on the future, or whatever could be, or whatever. Like, no, we're just not trying to do that no more. Like, we're trying to grow and be better and like do better and like be successful. So I don't really be like thinking like that. I'm not even get to this when I was talking about, I don't know. Anyway, my whole thing was, I feel like we as women need to like stick together and like lift each other up. And I noticed that a lot of women are doing that, and I'm really happy that some of us are like, you know, on the right track. And I feel like the ones that are not on the right track, we just have to like really figure out what's going on internally to like heal from our traumas or whatever it is that's holding us back from being like, you know, decent human beings and like not like hurting each other, and like whatever internally is hurting us, we need to heal it so that we won't externally hurt other people or other women. And not just women, but in this instance I'm talking about women, right? I just want us to like do better as women. And I'm really happy that I grew from that, like that little whatever it was I was going through, you know, I'm happy that I grew from that, and now I can like and now that I grew from it, I can actually see and pick apart what it was that was making me feel that way or think that way or whatever. Like now I really know. At first I didn't really know what was like, I didn't really know or understand myself that much. And I'm glad now I can like understand myself better, you know. Now I really know what was really the cause of my feelings and my emotions and